The MLB has 162 games per season, the 2023 season just wrapped up, and the NFL season is nearing the playoffs, so I thought to myself, how would the 2023 NFL season be different if 162 games were played instead of the normal 17? Well, today, I have the answer. I'm going to simulate a total of 162 games in Access Football 2024, and hold a 12-team playoff at the end of the season, just like that in the MLB, to see who is the champion of both endurance and winning consistently. I will use Washington for the simulation because their name comes up first when loading the teams in the mod, and I think it's the least biased way of picking a team for the franchise. Also, we will be restarting with a new franchise every time a new one is needed, which in this case is after 16 games, because if we continue the same franchise across multiple in-game seasons, the current rosters we have right now won't be accurate to this 2023 season anymore, and will be flooded with new players as time progresses. So without further ado, let's get started. So here's the league setup. You can see both conferences, as now we are going to start the simulation, 16 games for one in-game franchise. So we're going to be running 10 of these, plus 2 more games. The playoff bracket that you just saw won't matter, because that's just for this set of 16 games, but again, we're running 10 of these. So we just care about these standings right now. As now we run through them. The Bengals and Bills did really well. Bills did 16-0. Bengals only lost 1 game. As now, we will see a graphic coming up on the screen right here. The Niners lead the NFC with a 12-4 record. As the Bills are undefeated, Bengals only with 1 loss. Both of them have really good seasons, or at least the first 16 games. But we are long from over. As now, here's the second set. And you can see in the top left corner, that's the same franchise, because it will stay reading 2023 American and National standings, and if we just continue the same franchise, it would read 2024-25. Anyways, here are your standings after the second set of 16 games. Bills and Bengals still holding up really well. It will be interesting to see who earns the 1 seed after it's all said and done. Third set of games are done, as now we're going to look through the standings. Pretty interesting to see where everything is. I think all of the NFC North teams have a losing record at this point, which is kind of interesting. The Jets actually win the division over the Bills, so we'll see how that impacts the AFC race. As now you can see the standings. Okay, so the Bears are 25-23. Niners still lead the NFC, while the Bengals have a 3-game lead over Buffalo for the AFC. So the fourth set of games 49 through 64, as I'm going to run down through. Not a ton of big performances, everyone around 11 wins. Bills only winning 9 games, I think the Bengals had 13. And so now the Bengals will further extend their lead. Niners have the lead in the NFC with a 45-19 record. Bengals have a 7-game lead over the Bills now, with only 8 losses. After 80 games, this is the fifth set of 16 games, by the way. Here are the standings, as now we look to see the Ravens won the North, as the Bills were the division champions for this series. Now the Bills are going to close the gap between them and Cincinnati. On the NFC, the Saints and the 49ers are now tied for the 1 seed. That will be an interesting race. Meanwhile, the Bengals still have a 6-game lead over the Bills for the 1 seed in the AFC. From games 81 through 96, the New Orleans Saints fail to win their division, and the Niners do, but I do think both of them only won 9 games, so I think they'll stay as tied. The Bengals finished 3rd in the North, while the Bills actually won their division, so the Bills are going to further closing the gap. Yeah, so we have a tie for the 1 seed, and the Bengals have a 5-game lead over the Bills now. Alright, so this is after 112 games. Now all the teams in the NFC North definitely have a losing record. We'll see how bad they are. Let's see throughout other places throughout the league. Chargers actually winning this division over the Chiefs. The Chiefs didn't even make it to the playoffs that season. Again, the playoffs don't matter. The only thing that matters is the actual final playoff bracket after the entirety of the 162 games. So this is after 128 games. We're just running through the standings real quick, and I'm just showing you this. If you want to see the specifics about how everyone did, wow, the Ravens really struggled. Ravens are doing pretty well. All of the AFC North teams have a winning record. As now we see the standings right now, Bears leading the division at 60 and 68. That's rough. Bengals have surpassed 100 wins, first team to do so in this episode. As now this will be after 144 games. We're headed towards a home stretch. Dallas with a nice 14-2 season. Niners only winning 9 games. Now the Saints are going to close in on the number 1 seed in the NFC. As for the AFC, Bills went 7-9. I think the Bengals also struggled. Everyone making it to the playoffs or at least qualifying in the AFC West. Big season for those 4 teams. We can see the updated standings. This will be after 160 games, so after this will be 2 more games. That's it. So teams are trying to make one final stride to try and make the postseason. Vikings with a nice 12-4 season, same with the Eagles. Niners with an 11-5 season. Bengals only winning 10. Titans winning the South. Bills winning 11. And so the Bills will get 1 game closer within the Bengals. We'll see if they can catch them. I don't think they can. Seedings are pretty much wrapped up for the... Actually, no, they're not. The 1 seed is still up for grabs. Niners get the 3. Bears get the 4. Dallas gets 5 and Tampa gets 6. Philadelphia kind of came out of nowhere. Seedings for the AFC are wrapped up though. Bengals get 1, Bills get 2, Chiefs 3, Titans 4, Browns 5, and Chargers 6. Well, I'm surprised. Philadelphia kind of came out of nowhere. I want to look back and see how well they did. But anyways, these are the last 2 games. And the Saints went 0-2. We'll see what the Eagles do. They went 1-1. And so despite only going 1-1, that will be enough to break the tie against New Orleans. And so the Philadelphia Eagles actually surprised. They make a big stretch towards the end and steal the NFC away from the Saints and 49ers. AFC standings don't really matter at this point. And so these are your final standings. Looking down the league, the Rams had the worst record in the entire league, losing 121 games. That's rough. Commanders and Giants both lose 100. Patriots had the worst record in the AFC. Actually, scratch that, that's the Broncos. They lost 108. So more competitive in the AFC in terms of top to bottom. Jaguars struggled surprisingly. But looking to the top of the league, Eagles get the 1 seed. Saints 2, Niners 3. That was a close race between those 3. Bears won the NFC North with a losing record. Dallas and then Tampa for the AFC. Bengals, Bills, Chiefs, Titans, Browns, Chargers. So those are going to be your matchups. That's their bracket. And so now we're going to run through the playoff highlights. And then I will be posting the full games after this video is posted if you want to watch the specific games, because there are some really, really close and interesting games that I think are worth watching. Our first wildcard matchup, the Buccaneers on the road to face the Niners. The Niners have a touchdown lead, but the Buccaneers are driving. Mayfield throws it from midfield, finds his man Evans in the touchdown. Buccaneers tied it 10-10. Now it's 17-17, teams trade touchdowns. Buccaneers have the ball, but inside their own 5. Mayfield has to be careful. Back to pass, and he goes down. The Niners get 2 points and the ball back. Nick Bosa with the sack. Niners in enemy territory now. Darnold, he goes down. He's sacked. No, he gets out of it. Finds his man. That's Deebo Samuel. I thought he was down there. But the Niners win 29-24. Buccaneers had a late touchdown, but there's no time left. 10-0, Chiefs leading the Chargers. Mahomes on the run finds his man. That's going to be Richie James Jr. And now the Chiefs go up 17-0. They're trying to put the Chargers away early. The teams trade touchdowns. Herbert in desperation mode now. Late in the third quarter. And he finds his man. That's Keenan Allen. It's a foot race to the end zone, and he gets there. The Chargers are within 2 scores now, but the Chiefs are still going to put them away. Big lead and a big win for the Chiefs over the division rivals. 37-14 win over the Chargers. Titans up 10-7. Tannehill back to pass. This is in the third quarter. It's hardly any scoring in this game. But he does find his man Hopkins in the back of the end zone. 17-7 with a 2-score lead. Titans do have the ball back after the Browns are playing the field position game, but Tannehill has to be careful, and he's sacked. The Browns get 2 points and the safety. It's going to be 17-9, one possession game. But the Browns can't take advantage of this takeaway. Instead, the Titans score a touchdown inside 2 minutes. Watson, desperation mode. He does find Donovan Peoples-Jones for a touchdown, but the Browns can't recover the onside kick. Tennessee wins 23-16, advances to the divisional round. In the final wildcard game, Dallas up 10-7. Prescott back to pass, trying to find his man. He does find Michael Gallup for a touchdown. Dallas extends their lead over Chicago 17-7. Make that 24-14 as both teams trade touchdowns. Dallas on 4th and 4 scores on a 48-yard field goal. The Bears score a touchdown, but they can't get the onside kick. Prescott kneels the ball as Dallas wins 27-21. So here's your updated bracket as the Eagles and Cowboys, divisional rivals. That's going to be a good game, as well as a rematch of the divisional round overtime game a couple years ago of the Bills and Chiefs. That's going to be a good one. But so let's start with the Titans and Bengals. Probably the best game of the entire playoffs in this video. Mixon, I thought he got in there, but I guess he didn't. So they're on this the 0-yard line, but the Bengals are attempting a field goal. 90 seconds left, but that's gonna be good enough to take the lead. 23-21. Titans inside their own 20. They need something big and they need it fast. Tannehill back to pass. He finds Westbrook-Ikine. Nick Westbrook-Ikine in the foot race. Can he make it to the end zone? But the Bengals safeties get to him. Pushes him out at the half-yard line. Tennessee needs a touchdown. And they get it. Henry pushes it through. And Tennessee goes ahead 28-23. You think this game is over? Heck no. The Bengals already down to the Tennessee 5-yard line. Burrow back to pass. And it's intercepted in the end zone. Well, that's Al-Shair. That's going to be the ending of this game. 28-23, dramatic last 90 seconds. But the Titans make the upset and advance to the AFC Championship game. Eagles, Cowboys tied 3-3. Prescott back to pass. Scores the game's first touchdown. That's going to be Michael Gallup as the Cowboys go ahead 10-3. Make that 13-3. But the Eagles respond. Hurts finds Goddard in the end zone. It's going to be 13-10. And the Eagles have the ball back. They're trying to drive down, but there's only 15 seconds left in the game, and the Eagles throw an interception. That's going to be Hooker. Hooker gets the game-sealing interception as the Dallas Cowboys make the upset and advance to the NFC Championship game. Niners, Saints. As Carr goes down, the Saints get another safety. They've just been getting a lot of safeties in this game. They're up 15-0 now over the number 2 seed in the New Orleans Saints. But the Saints aren't going to go away. They do score a touchdown with Williams, and it's 15-6. They're going to go for a 2-point conversion to make this a 7-point game. But big risk, because if they don't get it, it's going to be a 2-score game. Let's see what happens here. Carr hands it off to Williams. Williams is stuffed at the line, and they can't convert. It's still a 9-point game. It's going to be a 6-point game now because the Saints added a field goal. Carr has the ball, hands it off to Williams, but he's tackling the end zone. The Niners get another safety as the Niners win 24-9. Bills, Chiefs, 6-6. Middle of the third quarter, not a ton of scoring in this one. Not like their first matchup in any way a couple of years ago, but Mahomes finds Marquez Valdes-Scantling for the game's first touchdown midway through the third quarter. Chiefs take the lead 13-6, make that 16-6, but that's going to be it. First and goal, but the Chiefs are just going to kneel the ball out. 1 minute left as the Chiefs are going to put away the Bills 16-6. Seems like both offenses didn't come to play. But it's going to be a rematch of the 2020 AFC Championship game, the Chiefs and Titans, and the Cowboys and Niners, giving me 1990s vibes. Anyways, it's a snow game in Kansas City as they host Tennessee. We'll see how these game conditions affect the players. Mahomes has the ball in the red zone, and he finds his man. That's Richie James Jr. As a couple of points later, the Tennessee Titans are trying to respond. Tannehill rushing to the top of your screen, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown for Tennessee. He takes the lead with that one, 17-14. Chiefs are trying to respond. They do. Mahomes finds, was that Sky Moore? No, that's Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice tackle on the goal line, but good enough for a touchdown. 21-17. The Chiefs are trying to extend that lead to make it a two-possession game, but Mahomes fumbles the ball. That's a strip sack. Simmons follows on it. That's a crucial turnover, and Tennessee's going to get a free drive. They make the most of it, as now Tannehill hands it off to Spears. Tyjae Spears gets into the end zone. They come back and defeat the Chiefs 26-21 to make the Super Bowl. In the other game, Dallas, Niners. Tie game right now. Prescott hands it off to Pollard. Pollard scores the game's first touchdown. It's going to be 10-3. Can Darnold respond? There's a flag, but he throws it from the back of his end zone, and he throws an interception. Interception is going to stand because that flag is going to be on San Francisco. Dallas will decline the penalty, and that interception will count. And they make the most of that free drive. They score a touchdown with Pollard again. It's going to be 20-9. And Darnold is trying to figure out something. Can he have some magic? And he does find Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey gets the end zone, making this a 20-16 game. So the Niners aren't out of it. They have the ball again. But Darnold throws an interception. Dallas gets it back inside of the red zone. That's a crucial play. 90 seconds to go. Dallas is going to punch this ball in and make this a 27-16 game. Alright, let's see. Can Darnold have some magic left? Darnold's going to find his man. He finds Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel is racing to the end zone as now the game's 27-22. Let's see if the Niners have anything left in them. The Niners are going to go for a 2-point conversion. Going to be a field goal game if they make it. And they do. Christian McCaffrey bounces off a tackle, but he gets in. So it's going to be 27-24. They don't get the onside kick. So that's all she wrote. 27-24, Dallas wins, as they're in the Super Bowl for the first time since 1996. Tennessee's in it for the first time since 2000. So some new faces in this game, as now Tennessee, midway through the third quarter, not a ton of scoring in this game, 9-0, so a bunch of field goals. Tannehill trying to extend their lead. He finds Hopkins. No, that's Westbrook-Ikhine. Westbrook-Ikhine will score a touchdown. The game's first touchdown, in fact. It's going to be 16-0. Dallas is in the trenches now. They don't know what to do. They're flustered. They need everything to work out for them. But they do have the ball back at midfield, so the game's not over. Prescott back to pass. And he avoids a sack. There's a flag in the play. We'll see what that is, but he does find CeeDee Lamb. The flag is on Hooker of Tennessee. And so Dallas will decline it, and they score a touchdown. So it's going to be 16-6. Ooh, they opt for the 1-point extra point, trying to save a 2-point conversion to make this a 1-score game. It's going to be 16-7 instead. 2-score game, but they do score a field goal, so it's going to be 16-10 now. Tannehill back to pass at midfield. He does find Hopkins. Hopkins avoids a defender, and he scores a touchdown. Tennessee keeping their foot on the gas. It's going to be 23-10 with this extra point. Let's see if he makes it, and he does. And so Dallas really needs something magical. Dak has it at Tennessee's 15-yard line in the red zone, and he finds his man. Or no, that's Ferguson. Ferguson is in the end zone, and he gets Dallas within the score. 23-16. Dallas is trying to come back, make that 23-17 after that extra point. Can Dallas pull off the epic comeback? 55 seconds left to go on the 15-yard line. This was a scenario that Tennessee was in 23 years ago when they were trying to win the Super Bowl. And Dallas scores with Pollard. Pollard tackled on the goal line, but it counts. So it's going to be 23-23. Now this extra point is going to be very critical. And they get it. It's going to be 24-23. Dallas has come back and taken the lead over Tennessee. It was once 23-10, but they came back. Tannehill on this one final drive, and he throws an interception. Diggs with the game-sealing interception, and he wins the Super Bowl. Tennessee loses 23-24. Dallas comes back, and Dallas wins their first Super Bowl in their first appearance since 1996. I hope you guys liked this video. I had a lot of fun doing it. Let me know what your thoughts are, and if I should do some more videos like these. I'd be up to doing things just like this in the future. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.